Hello, and welcome to Align to Enlighten. My name is Gene Black. I'm a co-creator of Align to Enlighten. You can find us at www.aligntoenlighten.wordpress.com. This week we want to talk about losing control. And as the title of this week's post is Lose Control. And what do we mean when we say lose control? Well, I'll give you some examples from me. I know that for a very long time, I've looked to quote unquote control a situation. I want to control what happens next. I'm gonna control my future. I'm gonna control what my kids do or say. I'm gonna control what I feel. And the reality, and what we are here to offer you today, is the reality is we don't have full control. The only thing that you have control over at any given time is what you feel in that particular moment. That is the only thing that we can control. So when we think about things that have happened in the past, we can't go back and control those things. When you think about things that are happening in your future, we can certainly plan, for our future. We want to do things in the present to better our outcomes in the future, but we certainly cannot control what happens in our future. So the only thing that you really control is what you feel in this very moment right now. So let's talk about a couple of things. One is this. When you consider what we've spoken about in the past, we talked about a couple weeks ago allowance and also resistance. Those are the only two things that you have that you're managing right now: allowance and resistance of a situation, of a certain thing that you're dealing with. There's allowance and resistance. And from a physical standpoint, think about it when you are resisting. When you're angry, when you're frustrated, your body tenses up. You are angry, you are resisting right now. And think about from a physical standpoint, what do you actually feel like when you're bottled up like this, you're frowned up, you're tense, you are resisting. Resistance acts like that not only from your physical standpoint, but also from the universal standpoint. So when you have a thought about something that you want to achieve, let's just talk about money, for example, and you say, man, my bills are so high, I can't pay them. I need more money. And I'm so frustrated because I need so much more money. I need the money. I need more money so I can pay these bills, so I can do what I want to do. In that very space right there, you are tensing up. You are resisting. Believe it or not, you are resisting in that very moment. Then you have allowance. Allowance, and I'll give you an example in that same situation. Allowance would say, you know what? Yeah, my bills are due. I don't have enough money. So, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to manifest a solution. And by doing that is you do a couple of different things. I have a desire to pay all of my bills. I have a desire to be financially abundant. In that desire, I express that desire, and then I relax in that desire. I know that the desire is going to come to me if I simply allow it to happen the way that it's going to happen. So, in other words, a lot of times we have our desires. I need more money. I want more money. I'm going to go, take on another job. I'm going to go do this particular project. I'm going to do something to get me more income. And the reality is, we can do that, but that's again forcing the situation, and you don't have to force it because with force is also resistance. So instead, we simply say, hey, I desire to have more money. I desire to be financially abundant. And then you envision yourself in those desires of being financially abundant. So simply desire and allow. Allowance is allowing that desire to be manifested in its own time and its own space. Allow it to come and expect it. Desire, allow, expect. That is the way that we get over the resistance of what it is that we're looking for. So again, we're talking about manifesting solutions as opposed to focusing on problems. Recently I heard Esther Hicks say that the speed of accuracy is the absence of resistance. The speed of accuracy is the absence of resistance. And what does that really mean? That means that, as if you think about a bow and arrow, and a bow and arrow, I'm about to shoot a bow and arrow from a long way away, and I want it to hit my target. Well, what are the other variables that play into that bow and arrow from reaching point A to point B? Wind, anything that might be in the humidity in the air, perhaps. Several different things that are happening will resist, will cause resistance against that arrow when it's trying to reach its target. But in the absence of resistance, there is accuracy and speed of accuracy. So when you think about my financial issues or financial challenges, it's not necessarily for us to focus on the financial challenge itself, because then therein lies resistance. I'm not receiving what I'm expecting. I'm not receiving what I want. But it's better to us to manifest solutions. Again, desire, know that it's going to come, and expect it and allow it. So don't give yourself the ultimatums that we normally do. If I don't get this money by this particular time, I'm going to do this. If so and so doesn't act this way this particular day, I'm going to do this. Instead, manifest solutions. Now, I know it's counterintuitive to what we normally are conditioned to do. We're conditioned to hustle, hustle, to go and take what we want, to be aggressive in the market, to go tackle the hill, take the hill. I'm gonna be the most aggressive person out there to take control of my situation. Again, take control, perceive control of my situation. And I know it's counterintuitive for us to simply sit back and allow. But understand, allowance doesn't mean that you lay down and get walked on. Allowance doesn't mean that you have a license to be lazy. Allowance simply means I know that when I generate this particular vibrational marker of desire for whatever it is, having having a healthy relationship, being married, having financial success, having promotions on your job, being successful in sports, whatever it is that you desire, you have to just simply know that the universe acts like this. As soon as you express that desire, as soon as you hold that vibrational marker to what it is that you want to achieve, what it is that you want to attract into your life, as soon as you express that desire, you hold that vibrational marker, the universe is responding to you at that very time. So, the way that God, Jehovah, Allah, the Most High, has put things into place for us, think about this as one gigantic orchestra. There is no such thing as coincidence in our lives. There's one gigantic orchestra that is really orchestrated by what God has put into place as our conductor, which is the universe. So as soon as you say, I have this desire, that marker goes out to the universe, and the universe is looking to respond to you with what it is that you desire. All you need to do is simply allow. However, the more we want to control the situation, whereas I have this desire and I'm going to go make it happen. I'm going to go force it to happen. And think about it and look at my body language as I'm telling you, I'm going to go force it to happen. That implies resistance right there. So that becomes counterintuitive to actually what your desires are. So instead of making it happen, you're going to challenge it. You're going to take the hill. You're going to hustle it up. You're going to get it done. Express your desire. Watch how the universe puts people, things, and places in your path that align with your desires. That's why you don't have to maintain some type of perceived control to make it happen. That's the beauty of, quote unquote, losing control. And again, as I said, as Esther Hicks said, in the absence of resistance is the speed of accuracy. So we want to make sure that we maintain that type of accuracy by removing the resistance that we might feel. Here's another thing I want to bring to your attention. Everything that is physical in this world right now is a manifestation of consciousness. Again, everything that is physical that you see is a manifestation of consciousness. So again, when we say lose control, you don't have to force it. You don't have to jam the square peg into the round hole to make it work. It's a simple manifestation of your consciousness is what brings the physical desires that you have into life. It is the simple focus of your consciousness that manifests your physical realities. So again, as you go through your week this week and you think about the various situations you have at work or at home, situations that you can't seem to get a grip on, can't seem to control, can't seem to make go your way, all I want you to do is remember a few different things. One, express your desire. Express it, live in it, envision it. Envision your desire in your mind on what it is that you want to see happen. We're into manifesting solutions, not focusing on the problems. When you focus on the problems, you're going to get more of the problems. When you focus on the solutions, that's when your desires will be realized. So this week, as you go about your week, think about that. Think about the solutions that you desire, not about the problem. And when you focus on that and simply allow, just know, allowance is just know and believe that those things that you desire are going to come to pass. That's what's going to happen. So just allow and relax in your allowance of allowing those things to happen. You've expressed your desire. You have generated a strong vibrational marker that says, this is what I desire. I'm not going to force it in, and I'm going to simply allow it to happen in the time and space that it happens. Don't lose the focus of your desire. That way, you are losing control. You are losing your perceived control. The universe will respond to you. God will respond to you in a very, very, very short order type of way, because other things will fall in your path that align with your ultimate desires. So this week, challenge yourself to lose control. And I want to know, how's that working for you? Again, my name is Gene Black, co-writer of Align to Enlighten. You can find us at www.aligntoenlighten.wordpress.com. Lose control. Namaste.